Hi, welcome. I'm David Marcel. I'm glad you're here. If you're in your 40s, 50s, or above, and you've been sitting on an idea, a story, a passion, a perspective, and you've been thinking, maybe I should start a podcast, this episode is for you. And if you've been talking yourself out of it, telling yourself you're too old, too behind, too tech challenged, or that nobody wants to hear what you have to say, I want you to stay right here, because we're going to dismantle every one of those excuses before this conversation is over. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to produce a podcast from concept to published episode using the life experience, the wisdom, and yes, even the schedule you already have. Let's go. Segment 1. Why your 50s are actually the perfect time. First, let's talk about why this moment in your life is not a disadvantage. It's actually your superpower. Think about what you've accumulated by your 50s. You've got decades of experience in relationships, careers, parenting, failure, reinvention, loss, and joy. You've seen things. You've lived things. You've earned perspectives that a 25-year-old simply hasn't had time to develop yet. The podcasting world is absolutely saturated with young voices talking about hustle culture and going viral overnight. What it is not saturated with is the voice of someone who's been through the fire, who can talk about rebuilding a marriage, raising kids who are now adults, pivoting careers at 52, or discovering who they really are after the kids leave home. That voice, that's you. And there is an enormous underserved audience hungry for it. Here's something else. In your 50s, you're typically less concerned about what people think. You've got a sense of who you are. That authenticity, that I don't need your approval energy is magnetic. People can feel it, and it keeps them coming back. Segment 2. Defining your show, the foundation. Now, let's get practical. Before you buy a single piece of equipment, you need to answer 3 questions. These are the foundation of your show. Question 1. What is your show about? And I don't just mean the topic. I mean, what is the feeling your listener should walk away with? Should they feel inspired, informed, entertained, comforted? The clearest shows have a very specific promise to the listener. Think about it this way. Finish this sentence. After listening to my podcast, my audience will feel question 2. Who is your listener? Get specific. Not adults over 50. Think about one real person. Maybe it's someone like your neighbor, a 54-year-old man who just became an empty nester and is rediscovering himself, or your buddy from college who retired early and is figuring out what's next. The more vividly you can picture one listener, the more directly you'll speak to thousands of them. Question 3. What format will you use? There are a few main formats. Solo shows where it's just you talking like this one. Interview shows where you bring on guests. Co-hosted shows where you have a partner. And narrative or storytelling shows which require more production. For most people just starting out, especially in your 50s when your network and life experience are rich, an interview or co-hosted format tends to work really well. You already know interesting people. Invite them to talk. Segment 3. The equipment, simple and affordable. Alright, let's talk gear. And I want to preface this by saying, do not let equipment become a reason to delay. Done is better than perfect. Some of the most popular podcasts in the world started on $50 microphones. Here's what you actually need to start. A microphone. The single most important upgrade you can make for audio quality. The Blue Yeti or the Audio-Technica ATR21 are both excellent entry-level USB microphones in the 60 to 130 range. Plug them right into your laptop. Done. Headphones. Any closed-back headphones work. You want to monitor your audio while recording, so you'll catch problems in real time. A $30 pair from any electronics store is fine. A recording space. This is free, and it matters more than people realize. You want a room with soft surfaces, carpet, curtains, bookshelves, a closet full of clothes, hard floors, and bare walls create echo. Your bedroom or home office is usually perfect. Some people literally record inside a closet surrounded by hanging clothes. It sounds absurd, but it works. Software. For recording and editing, Audacity is free and powerful. GarageBand comes free on every Mac. If you want something more polished, Riverside is a game changer. It transcribes your audio and lets you edit it like a Word document. You literally delete words from the transcript and the audio edits itself. For someone who didn't grow up editing audio, this tool is a revelation. That's it. Microphone, headphones, a soft room, and free software. You are ready to record your audio podcast. Segment 4. Planning your episode structure is your friend. Now, how do you actually plan what you're going to say? In your 50s, you may be used to being good at things before you share them with the world. That's not how podcasting works, and that's okay. The best podcasters have a loose structure, not a script. A script makes you sound stiff. A structure makes you sound prepared. Here's a simple 3-part structure that works for almost any episode. Part 1, the hook and setup. The first 60 to 90 seconds. Tell your listener exactly what this episode is about and why it matters to them. Not to you, to them. You're earning their attention right at the top. Part 2, the meat. This is the middle. Your content, your interview, your story, your insights. Break it into 3 to 5 points or segments. Use transitions like, now let's talk about, or here's what I want you to understand to keep the listener oriented. Part 3, the wrap. Summarize what you covered, give a takeaway, one thing you want your listener to do or think about, and end with your call to action. That might be subscribe, leave a review, follow us on social media, or just share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Write out these 3 parts as bullet points before you hit record. You don't need every word planned, just your waypoints. Segment 5, recording, editing, and publishing. Okay? You've got your idea, your equipment, your outline. You sit down to record. What now? Do a quick sound check. Record 30 seconds, play it back. Make sure there's no echo, no hum, no background noise from the AC or a fan. Fix it before the full recording, not after. Hit record and go. Do not stop and restart every time you stumble. You are going to stumble. That's what editing is for. Just keep going. And if you flub something badly, clap your hands once. It creates a spike in the audio waveform that's easy to find in editing and redo that sentence. Edit for flow, not perfection. Cut the long pauses, the ums and ahs that feel distracting, and the false starts, but don't over-edit. Some natural speech patterns, some breath, some humanity. That's what makes you sound real. Heavily over-edited podcasts sound robotic. Add intro music. A short 10 to 15 second music under your intro elevates your show instantly and signals to the listener that this is a produced experience. Sites like Pixabay, Free Music Archive, and Epidemic Sound offer royalty-free music. Find something that matches the feel of your show and use it consistently. Export your file. MP3, 128 kbps is the standard for spoken word podcasting. Keep your file size manageable. Now, where do you host your show? Podcast hosting platforms. Store your audio and distribute it to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and everywhere else. Buzzsprout, Podbean, Anchor, now called Spotify for podcasters, and Captivate are all great options. Most have free tiers to start. Upload your episode, write your show notes, a short description of what the episode covers, and publish. Your show is live in the world, just like that. Segment 6, the mindset shift, consistency over perfection. I want to spend a moment here on the thing that kills more podcasts than technical failure ever could, perfectionism. In your 50s, you've likely been in professional environments where presenting polished, refined work was the standard. Podcasting is different. The audience doesn't want a press release. They want a conversation. They want you. Your first 5 episodes are going to feel awkward. Your voice is going to sound strange to you. You're going to listen back and cringe. This is universal. Every podcaster goes through it. The antidote is consistency. Pick a schedule, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and hold to it. Your listeners need to be able to rely on you. And the discipline of showing up regularly is what sharpens your skills faster than anything else. Think about it this way. If you publish 1 episode a month for a year, you'll have 12 episodes and a year of growth under your belt. That's a real show. That's something to be proud of. The podcasters who succeed long-term are not the most technically skilled. They're the most consistent. Segment 7. Your story matters. A final thought. I want to close with this. There are people out there right now who need to hear what you have to say. Not a professional broadcaster, not a media personality. You, with your specific story, your specific hard-won wisdom, your specific sense of humor, your specific way of seeing the world. In a lot of ways, it makes it more necessary. Because we live in a culture that is obsessed with speed and youth and novelty. And what a lot of people are quietly craving is depth, steadiness. Someone who's been through something and can say, I made it through, and here's what I learned. That's you. Don't wait until you've taken a course. Don't wait until your kids stop giving you a hard time about it. Start now. Start rough. Start real. Hit record. Your audience is waiting. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this episode resonated with you, do me a favor, share it with someone in your life who has a story to tell and hasn't told it yet. And if you're already on your podcast journey, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment, send a message, tell us what you're building. If you would like more on department instructions about whole podcasting process, drop a comment and I'll reach out to you. Until next time, keep going. Your voice matters. Be blessed.